Children's mental health impacts the work that juvenile justice does in terms of our population. 48% of youth in our state secure facilities have a mental health impairment. 78% of youth in our state secure facilities have a substance abuse impairment. So we're very, very concerned about children's mental health. Building resiliency in our children is important because they need to have that defense mechanism to react on negative peer pressure. So the better they're able to do that, the less likely they'll be in our system. All too often, families are faced with the complex decision of having a child arrested to get mental health care. There are several barriers in Texas that impede mental health services for children and adolescents. The first is access. Again, with 254 counties, from rural to urban, finding the qualified clinicians is always a challenge for families. The second is having the workforce that can meet that need. Adequate workforce of clinicians that are trained in children's and adolescent mental health is very, very important. The third, in my mind, is just continuity of care, the coordination of services between agencies that work with families and the families themselves. In communities where there's not close collaboration of partners, you'll find that more youth slip between the cracks and end up in our system rather than in a mental health situation. Too often now, these silos, that an education silo, a criminal justice silo, the mental health silo, and we have to remember that these are Texans and that funding should flow with the need in a very unified and collaborative way. I think the best solution to divert youth from our juvenile justice system, whether it's in our pre-adjudication setting or our post-adjudication setting, is to have that comprehensive care provided in the community. When I address a public gathering, I always say the same thing. I say that the second hardest job in our life is being an adolescent. The first hardest job is being the parent of an adolescent. Putting parents first and families first in whatever we do, whether it's juvenile justice, education, or mental health care, has to be our number one goal.